Okay. I got the headphones on again, so let me know if you can hear me. The reason I have the headphones on is they started mowing the lawn just now. So so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully you can't hear the lawnmower. Anyway, what's happening? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Today is the 24th day of February. This is the 39th episode of season 3 of the Be Your Own Hero show. Hero is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. In other words, helping others helps you. It's a reciprocal action. I'm your host. I'm sekouwrites. I'm a professional creative and the creator of the Hero Ministry movement, which is my effort to uplift and inspire the unhoused community and people in general. So, if you like the show, if it provides value, please like, please comment, please share, please spread the word. And shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space and opportunity to be here to talk about my journey of becoming my own hero. And this season and last season, my journey of becoming my own financial hero. Okay, so all that said, let me check the comments and see how we're doing. All right, Tim says it sounds good. We're gonna rock with it. We're gonna rock with it and make it do what it do. Good morning. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who's watching live and everybody who's making a comment. Okay, so moving on. Today is Thursday, so it's Throwback Thursday. Do I have a throwback? I don't even know if I have a throwback. We'll see. Right before the show started. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do about the lawnmower, so I don't think I got to my throwback. But let's see what happens when I get to that part of the show. All right, so obviously I just did the shout out to the heroes in the chat. Appreciate you being here, and shout out to everybody who's watching live and watching later. And moving on, let's talk about the Hero Ministry news. Let's talk about my run streak. So today is day 269. I've been running every single day, at least a mile a day, for 269 days in a row, which sounds crazy, but I've done it. And just a reminder, I never thought I would make it to day 30. And so I'm pushing 270 now. Tomorrow will be 270, big milestone day for me. Anyway, here's the point. I guess there's a lot of points. That is a point that I didn't think that I could make it this far. And so you never know what you're capable of until you try. That is an ongoing lesson, an ongoing gift that has been given to me by this run streak. Secondarily, if you haven't watched my run report yet, then you haven't seen this little snippet of a story that I'm going to expound on. So this morning, thus far, I've been running a different route in Florida every day. So this morning, I ran this route and I saw what looked like somebody walking up ahead of me, but it was too far. Like the blocks here are literally like a quarter of a mile to a half mile long, just is one block. So I could see somebody way up there, but I wasn't sure what was happening. As I got closer, I realized that this was an elderly gentleman who stooped over and he's walking with his walker. And mind you, there are no sidewalks here. Zero sidewalks. My shoes, my sneakers, my brand new sneakers are filthy today because there's no sidewalks. And when the cars come, I run onto the grass to make sure I give them a wide berth. And so my sneakers are like muddy and dirty and dusty. So I'm saying all that to say there are no sidewalks. Every once in a while, you catch a piece of a golf cart path, but that's it. Other than that, you're walking or running in the street. So my man has a walker and he's out there in the street. And like me, he's running, moving towards oncoming traffic. So you can see them and they can see you. But when a car gets close, he basically wheels himself into a driveway to let the car go by, and then he comes back out of that driveway and back onto the road to move forward. So I was impressed off all of that off top. Then I get up to him. My man has on ankle weights. Ankle weights. It's not hard enough to be out here in the hot Florida sun with a walker being elderly and dipping in and out of driveways. That's not hard enough. My man had to put on some ankle weights too. Wow. Wow, I was so impressed. I was so impressed. And it was around the time in my run where I was thinking, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day on this run. I'd gone over a mile by then. I was like, yeah, it'll just be a mile day. And I saw that guy and I was like, I can't just come in after a mile today. I gotta run a little bit further. So I said good morning to him and we exchanged pleasantries. He asked me how I was doing. I said, I'm hot because it was getting warm. He was like, well, you're looking good. And I was like, look who's talking. Look who's talking. Right? So that was fun. That was fun. But all jokes aside, very serious lesson here. It's all mindset. No matter what it is, whether it's abundance, whether it's exercise, whether it's your reactions to life in general, it's all mindset. Because my man had to make a number of decisions and push past a number of barriers, physical and mental, to make that happen today. And it didn't look like his first day. It looks like he does this on a regular. So it's just a reminder to all of us that it doesn't matter what the obstacles are, it doesn't matter what the excuses are. You can choose to push past them. You can also choose to give in to them. So it's your choice. But the more you push past your excuse, the more you drive for more. I was about to say the easier it gets. That's not true though. It doesn't really get easier. You just get acclimated to doing it. Like your muscle of your so what muscle, as I've been saying, your so what muscle gets stronger. It's hot, so what? I gotta walk with this walker, so what? I gotta put these ankle weights on, so what? I gotta dip in and out of driveways, so what? All those things. So yeah, very good reminder for me this morning, and hopefully a good reminder for you that you get to choose. You get to choose how you react to everything that's happening around you. Everything that's happening around you, not just the good stuff, everything. All right. So I never know what kind of lessons I'm going to get from my run streak, and that's today's lesson. Moving on. That was a bit of a tangent. Moving on. So 30-day streak challenge. I don't really have much to say about that today. What I added is meditation for me. And I don't know why I said for me. I guess I'm making a distinction between Rev Melissa's 30-day meditation streak and my own. But anyway, I'm doing a 30-day meditation streak, but my real goal is to meditate twice a day for 30 days. And I haven't been able to accomplish that yet. So I keep resetting. So I think I'm back on day one as of today. Because I have meditated every day, and I like Reverend Melissa, I'm doing transcendental meditation, which is new to me, and much easier than the other forms of meditation I've tried before. That said, I've made it every day, but sometimes I don't get the second meditation in. So today I'm starting again, going for 2 meditations a day for a 30-day streak. And obviously my run streak is going. So just an invitation to you to complete your 30-day streak of whatever it is you're doing a streak of before you start adding something on, and keep it manageable. Yeah. All right. So envelope challenge, as I mentioned before, I now have this little calculator app. Oh shoot, I don't have it. I don't have the calculator app ready. I don't want to risk it. So for the people doing the envelope challenge, today's number is 3. Let's just say it's 3. Let's just say it's $3. Transfer $3 from your checking over to your savings into your investment bucket. This money is to be used for investing. The reason we're doing this is to avoid the excuse that we don't have any money to invest. We're transferring very small amounts, anywhere between $1 to $6 every day, from checkings to savings, to build up that investment account to be invested. To be invested. So today's number, $3. All right, moving on. I think I mentioned yesterday that I heard that Mr. Charles is back in his home, and he was looking for my phone number. He's asking around for my phone number, so he's trying to get in touch with me. And obviously, my hope is that I can have the charity run completed by the time he gets in touch with me. So all that said, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm on my 3rd charity run. I'm raising money for Mr. Charles, who I found fallen in the snow and ice in Nashville a couple weeks ago. And we're at, I think, 64 or 65% of the way to our goal. So please donate, please share, please spread the news. Let's get to 75%. That feels like almost home. So let's do that together. Okay, moving on to mornings in. It's been a strange morning just in terms of when I got up. So I didn't do my mornings in today. And what's interesting to know is that I have created some fail safes that seem to be working. All right, there's no more lawnmower. I'm going to take this off. Here he comes. Never mind. Never mind. All right, so I've created some fail safes that seem to be working. So on some of my social media accounts, I set them up to ambush me with positive thinking, positive mindset, positive energy, so that they're not just the usual purpose. This doesn't serve the usual purpose of social media, which is seeing what your friends and family are doing. They are purposely built, purposely designed to ambush me with positive ideas. So the place where this is most evident is on my TikTok. On TikTok, the only thing that I've posted on TikTok pretty much is my run stories, my run reports. So that's pretty much where all the run reports live. I post them there first, and I repost them elsewhere. Anyway, I didn't do my mornings in, and so when I went in to post my run story for today, I got ambushed as usual by positive thinking, positive ideas, and several of those stood out for me. The first point I'm making, though, is that it was helpful because I missed my mornings in, because I didn't get myself grounded and centered other than by doing my run. It was helpful that, oh, I'm logging into social media now, but I'm not getting the usual nonsense of social media. I'm getting stuff that's really impactful, really important. So the thing that resonated for me the most, I got something from Grant Cardone. He's a real estate guy who I've mentioned many times before. He went from being a drug addict and homeless to being a billionaire. So quite a trajectory. I got something good from him, but that's not the one I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about what I got from Jay Shetty. Jay Shetty is a former monk. Like, he actually was a monk for several years before returning to his quote unquote normal life. And now he's a motivational speaker of sorts. Anyway, he said, whatever it is you want from others, give it to yourself first. Whatever it is you want from others, give it to yourself first. And he gave some examples. He said, if you want compliments, compliment yourself first. And that one resonated with me because, especially in terms of the run streak, there have been days where I want to be congratulated by other people. Like, I want people to celebrate the milestone of that particular day. And there have been times when I've been disappointed by me trying to solicit reactions, right? And so I've learned in the process of doing this charity run, this run streak, that I need to celebrate myself and be satisfied with my own self-celebration. Therefore, whatever I get or don't get out there in the world doesn't affect me. So it's about being self-sufficient and self-reliant. And so what Jay Shetty said today really resonated with me. Anyway, I invite you to find it out there in the world. Google Jay Shetty, and well, actually, just Google Jay Shetty. You'll get so many positive things. You don't have to search for that specific thing. But also, I invite you to tweak some of your social media so that you get these impactful nuggets, that you're not just being bombarded with what everybody else is doing. Just set some of your social media up to support you. Okay, so moving on. Okay. They turned the lawnmower off. I'm gonna take this off so you can hear the birds. So the birds are really nice, right? Can you hear that? I hope you can. It's lovely. Okay, so that was my morning practice via TikTok. You never know. You never know. And let's jump into abundance. So let's do our affirmation. Here we go. I'm so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. I'm so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. And And my reminder, if you only spend, you'll stay poor. If you only save, you'll stay middle class. If you want to be wealthy, you must invest. It's not optional. You must invest. That is a reminder as much for me as it is for you. Okay, so speaking of which, this week we are creating a secondary revenue stream. I'm really excited about this. I know you probably still haven't done the homework, but I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about it so that you do it eventually. So, just a reminder, we've been talking about creating a brochure. Let's just call it a brochure. And the idea is that there's information in your brain that people would be willing to pay for. So that's part one. Part two, we have learned that millionaires have, on average, 7 different revenue streams. And so we're also practicing creating multiple revenue streams to deconstruct that, to make it accessible and easy so that it doesn't feel as daunting. So obviously we've been talking a lot about the stock market, which is a revenue stream because there are capital gains, stocks increase in value, but also there are dividends that are paid out for certain stocks. So I'm not going to get sidetracked with the stocks today. We've talked a lot about it, but that is one revenue stream. Right now, we're talking about creating this brochure. So my homework for you guys this week has been to make a list of 10 questions that people ask you often, and or 10 things that people expect of you, right? So hopefully you've written at least 1 or 2 down. And the magic of this exercise is getting in touch with what people already know you for. Because we often have a different concept of ourselves that other people have of us. I never forget, Oprah Winfrey talked about this once, and that's why it shocked me, because it was Oprah Winfrey. And Oprah Winfrey was saying that her self-concept was so much lower than the concept that other people have of her. And I was shocked because she's Oprah. And that just goes to show you that if Oprah Winfrey can have a low self-concept as compared to how people think about it, oh, okay, now it's much quieter. Oh, there it goes again. But anyway, it's not bad. It's not bad. The lawnmower. All right. So if Oprah Winfrey can have a low concept of herself, then all of us can, right? With all the things that she's accomplished, if she can not feel great about herself, then yeah, that's something that can afflict all of us. So the point is, for this section of the show, the point is writing these questions out will help you get in touch with how other people see you. And what do they know you for? What do they expect of you? What are the things about your life that they find most interesting? And I've given you some of the examples from my life, but in case you missed them, these days I often get asked about the stock market. I guess that's a natural progression of this show. Before that, I've often gotten asked about test driving cars. In case you don't know, I test drive and write about cars. Like some people write about TV shows or refrigerators. I write about cars, which means I test drive them. And obviously that is very fun. And a lot of people get fascinated about it and they want to know how to do it. I can't tell you how many people I've met in passing, just at an event, at a party or something, who will find me on social media and hit me up and say they want to do what I do. And they're trying to find the shortcut. So that's another thing that people ask me about a lot. Often, well, I guess not often, but people have asked me about producing plays. People have asked me about writing books, all these different things. And so for me, right now, I'm most interested in responding to questions about abundance and wealth because it's so fascinating to me. I'm still shocked that I've ended up in this space at all, let alone that I have a perspective to give about wealth, abundance, in the stock market. For you, the idea is, again, to get in touch with what you might be good at that can serve others. So in practical terms, if you've got a list of any questions at all, if you've done any of the homework at all, go back through and put an asterisk next to the thing that puts you in a flow state. In other words, a flow state is when you lose track of time. So which of those things on your list make you lose track of time when you're talking about them, when you're engaged with them, etc.? Like this for me is a very unexpected flow state. I've mentioned this before, but there have been a number of times when I haven't wanted to do the show because of whatever else that was going on out there in my life. And I get here and I'm thinking, all right, this is going to be a 5-minute show. I'm going to say like 3 things and I'm going to roll credits and I'm out and I'm going to go take a nap. And then I run over time. I run over time because I've got so much to say about wealth and abundance and I'm so fascinated. So that's a flow state where you lose track of time. So circling back to you, if you've written anything down, hopefully you have, hopefully everyone has, then figure out which of the things on your list puts you in a flow state that you could basically talk endlessly about. And should I say any more than that? No, let's just do it in pieces. So, because I feel like probably you haven't written anything down yet because I haven't really been giving homework since season 1. So again, you're making a list of questions that you get asked often and things that people know you for. And then once you do that, you want to identify which of those things puts you in a flow state, which is to say, which of those things you like to talk about easily and often. Okay? All right. So I think that's it. I'm going to pause there. I'm going to put a pin in it. Because I want to, move us along in steps. And a reminder for the goal, though, the goal is to ultimately create a brochure to make it available as another source of revenue. Because you never know who might order it, who might share it, who might spread the word. You just never know. And again, we are practicing creating multiple revenue streams. Like, let's go ahead and create 7 revenue streams together. So we all have 7 revenue streams and see how that changes our financial life. Okay, so I think that's it. I think I'm going to put a pin in it there with the brochure. If you've got questions about what I've said so far, let me know. Drop something in the chat so I can keep it going. And I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. So I don't know if I want this to roll into the next week. So maybe tomorrow what I'll do is, it's going to have to roll into the next week. Okay, it's going to have to roll into the next week. So by tomorrow, if you haven't done it already, make your list of things that people ask you and figure out which of those things puts you in a flow state. Okay? All right, so stay tuned for prayer time at 10:15 and stay tuned for Sit with Rev Melissa at 10:30. Looks like I got a little bit of extra time, remarkably. So let me pop in the comments and say what's up to folks. Oh, Rev Mel did her homework. She's setting the bar high. And yes, Tim, every day is a choice and every moment is a choice. Each of those has been a revelation for me, that every day is a choice, but you can break that down into smaller bits. If something challenges happens to you in the day, you can still choose in the next moment to pivot. And all right, so this is a bit of a tangent, but it's been helpful to me to find a hard reset. Like, what is my hard reset? Like, is it taking a nap? Is it doing a meditation? Is it going for a long run? I've got several hard reset buttons that I can use now if things get really challenging. And if I try one and if that doesn't work, I try the other. And if that doesn't work, I try the other. So it's important to know yourself in such a way that you can turn the knobs and flip the levers to get yourself into a right state of mind, no matter what happens during the day. All right. So I'm going to close out early for a change, shocking to me. So keep doing, be a hero, be your own financial hero. Remember that now is better than perfect in terms of investing. And I will see you mañana. Later.